Hey guys, welcome to day 146 in quarantine. I think I must be tripping. Babe, how many days have you been in quarantine now?
Wait, let me check. I think it's 64.
Well, welcome to what feels like day 146 in quarantine right now. I mean, you know it, I know it, we all know it. Summer 2020 is cancelled, guys. Listen, there are no sporting events, there are no flights, there are no festivals, no concerts, no nothing. The summer is cancelled.
No? Oh, don't.
Anyways, we move. I saw this caption on Instagram and I thought, yes, that's my next video. So here we are. These are my essentials to be able to travel after outside opens again. Welcome, and again, welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. My name is Guy T. Maimona. I'm 26 years old. I'm a Dutch citizen of Congolese descent. And if you're new here, I talk about personal finance and general adulting topics without making it boring, because I promise you, it's not.
Hey y'all, come look at this.
No. I promise you, it's not. Thank you to all of those who had showed me love in the first couple of weeks of my YouTube channel existing, by subscribing to my channel, by liking, by leaving comments. Honestly, I did not expect this much love, and actually I have set a goal for myself to reach by the end of the year, and that is that I want to reach that 500 subscriber mark by the end of the year. Yes, you heard it here. I would like to reach 500 subscribers by the end of the year. I know it's not a big goal for those big time YouTubers, but for me, this is my moonshot. This is that let's get out there. Honestly, it would mean a lot for me to just, for you to subscribe to my channel if you haven't done that yet, to share my channel, to share my videos with whoever you think could benefit from it by liking my videos, commenting on my videos, because it helps me to reach new people and to get this financial education to more people. So please help me by doing all of that, and let's get more people educated about their finances. Today we'll be talking about accounts that can help you make your holidays easier and cheaper. Now, there are really two parts to this conversation, and the first part of this conversation is actually the period that you have before you go on holiday. So this is your saving period. The second part of this conversation is then the spending period, so the period that you are actually on holiday. Unfortunately for us, the period that you have before you go on holiday is going to be the longer period. Saving is going to take way longer than spending. And especially right now with the way that we're confined to our house, well, it's definitely longer, because summer 2020, guys, we know it's cancelled, it's dead, it's dead and buried. Anyways, the saving period. Yes. If you want to make it easier for yourself to go on holiday, you will have to save. If you want to make your holidays cheaper, you will also have to save. Not money though, you will have to save points. I'll explain both. Like I said in my first video, it's good practice to set up multiple savings accounts, and a savings account which is destined for your short-term projects and only for your short-term projects is one of them. Now, this is your fun money without it being instant. If you haven't seen my first video, the link is up there. But why would you save into such a fund? Well, like I said, it's to fund those fun things which would normally just be out of your reach. So for the vast majority of the people, this is going to be a designer item, let's say a designer bag, or say a vacation to the Maldives. Now, I know some people will tell you to live extremely frugally. Some people will tell you to be extremely cheap, to not spend your money on certain things, but I'm not one of those people. I don't believe in that. I'm not going to tell you to not spend your money on designer items. I'm not going to tell you to not spend your money on vacations, because frankly, I don't believe in that. I do believe we do have to have some level of frugality. We have to be smart about it, but we still do have one life, and we really should enjoy it while we're here. So if you like the finer things in life, like myself, honestly, just do it. Really, go out there, if you want to buy something expensive, buy it. But, and this is a big but, do it in a smart way.
You smart.
Don't be going into debt for it. Don't be prioritizing that over building your emergency fund or other more important things in life. Do not forget that you have other obligations. And honestly, if you want to get rich, that can't be your priority. Besides, you can get those things in a cheaper way. I'll explain in a minute. So how are you going to save into this fund? And I can't believe I didn't say this before, but when you want to start saving, before you start even looking at what your goal is, which will ultimately decide on which account you're going to be looking at, before you even start looking at interest rates, the first thing you need to do when you want to start saving is budgeting. You need to understand your money. You need to know when your money is coming in. You need to know when your money is going out. You need to understand all these things, because this will help you understand how much you can afford to save, but also it would help you understand to know where you can cut back on those little things that aren't that important for you, so you can actually increase your saving in other more important funds, like your emergency funds or your funds for, I don't know, maybe if you want to buy a house, and ultimately maybe also then your funds to go on vacation. Like I said, this fund is for fun things, so not as vital as an emergency fund. If you want an item or service that is normally just out of your reach, try to save for it at least 1 year in advance. Again, first you start saving in the more important funds, like your emergency funds, and then once you have saved in those funds and you have some money left and you know what your goal is and when you want to reach your goal, your fund goal of course, then you start saving in these funds. Now, if the money you have left after saving in the more important funds is not enough for you to reach your fund goal in said time, then you have 4 choices. You have to either push back on your goal. Maybe let's say if you have 1 year, let's push it to 2 years. You have to either cut back on your expenses. After you have budgeted, well, you know which expenses you can cut on. You can either get more money, so by increasing your salary or getting a side hustle, or 4, you can make your trip cheaper. Example. I want to go to the Maldives, and this trip will cost me £6,000, all expenses included. If I have 1 year to save for this trip, then I will have to save £500 every month for the next 12 months into the savings account. But what if I did my budget and I find out that £500 is a little bit too big of a financial strain on myself? Then I can push my trip back to, let's say, 2 years. Then I will only have to save £250 every month. If 2 years is not a possibility, then like I said, you can look into cutting back on your expenses. You can look into getting some side hustles to get your money up, or you can rely on credit cards. And no, I don't mean going into debt. I actually mean relying on the benefits of credit cards. Let me explain. There are a lot of credit cards out there that will give you access to a lot of benefits. These can be benefits in travel, these can be for shopping, these can even be for experiences. These credit cards though won't be accessible to everyone. They will only be accessible to those people that have a good and healthy experience with debts. In certain countries, like here in the UK, this will be translated to a good credit score. Now, I will talk about having a good credit score in the next video and really go into detail and into depth how to do that. But it really just summarizes to 3 things. You have to not use too much of your credit limits. You have to have access to credit on a longer period. And you have to never be late with your payments. Now let's talk about these credit cards that we have here in the UK. The IHG Rewards Club card. So this is a card that will give you 1 to 4 points for every pound that you spend, depending on which card you get, because there are 2 versions of this card. There is a normal one, but also a platinum one, but also depending on where you spend your money at. It currently has a welcome offer of 10 to 20,000 points, again depending on which card you get, but you will have to spend a set amount of money during a set amount of time. You can use those points to get some free hotel nights or some free hotel stays at IHG hotels. So you can also get actually some free hotel upgrades. IHG hotels are actually hotels like the Intercontinental, the Holiday Inn, the Crown Plaza, and there are many more. Honestly, IHG has a lot of hotels in its portfolio, and they have literally hotels almost everywhere in the world. You can also use the card for other benefits like, say, shopping or experiences, or even also travel, but there are cards that are better suited for travel. The Virgin Atlantic Reward Card is one of them. For every pound that you will spend, depending on which card you choose and again where you spend your money at, you will get 0.75 to 3 flying club miles. Now, the Virgin card also has a welcome offer where you can get either 5,000 or 15,000 flying club miles, again depending on which card you choose. But I realize that these numbers won't mean much to you. But let me put it in perspective. So let's say you want to go from London to New York. That will cost you 20,000 flying club miles. If you wanted to go to Lagos or Abuja, that will cost you 25,000 pounds. To go to Lagos or Abuja, it will cost you 25,000 flying club miles. If I wanted to go to Brazil, for example, it will cost me 36,000 flying club miles. So did you get it now? My favorite card though, and this is also a card that I personally have, is the Amex Gold card. Now, this is not a free card, but this is a card that I really like, and I personally think is worth every penny. When outside is open, of course. Amex does have a lot of other credit cards that might be better suited for you. Should you be looking for travel? Should you be looking for hotels? Should you be looking maybe for other things? Amex will have it, and some of them will actually also be free. But what I do like about the Gold card is that it's an all-rounder, like the other cards that I have named before, but its point conversion is great. I can spend my points with multiple airlines, I can spend my points with multiple hotel groups, and I get tons of discounts. Like, that's actually how I got my Fendi bag. I also get tons of more, but let's not go too much into it. Depending on where you spend your money, you can get 1 to 3 points with the Amex Gold card per pound that you spend. There currently is also a welcome offer, which is at 20,000 points until the end of June. I honestly like this card. I don't think there's anything wrong with this card. And if you really like this card also, you can follow my link down below so you can get also a 9,000 points bonus on top of all the other bonuses. By the way, for all these cards, loyalty is rewarded.
You're loyal. You're grateful. I appreciate that. Go buy your mama a house. Go buy your whole family houses. Put this money in your savings account.
Okay, so we've looked at how to make your trip cheaper. Now let's look at how to make your trip easier. How are we going to do that? Well, that will completely depend on how much time you have until your next holiday. I did say try to have at least 12 months to save towards your next holiday or your designer item, but I do know that sometimes we're a little bit more spontaneous than that. If you do have less than 12 months to save towards your next holiday, then you should probably be looking at the accounts that I've covered during the emergency funds video, because they will offer you the best interest rates for the time frame that you have. If you do have 12 months, then it's best to look at the regular savings accounts because they will offer you the best interest rates. Most of the banks will have these regular savings accounts, but you will have to have one or more accounts with them to be able to open them. The downside of these accounts is that you will really have to hold it for at least 1 year for you to be able to get the promoted interest rate. If you don't hold it for at least 1 year, well, your interest rate will drastically fall to the lowest of the lowest interest rate they can offer to you. Another downside of these accounts is that it's very restrictive, in a sense where you can only save up to a maximum amount of money in there and not more. You will also probably be facing a minimum amount that you will have to save, so it's very restrictive. But let's get into these savings accounts. Currently, the best accounts in this category are number 4, the Club Lloyds Monthly Saver with a 2.5 interest yield, a minimum saving of £25 per month and a maximum savings of £400 a month. Not a bad account to have, honestly. Number 3, this is the M&S Monthly Saver with a 2.75 interest yield, a minimum saving of £25 and a maximum saving of £250. Good account to have, but yeah, let's go to the next one. Number 2, this is an account that I have. This is an account that I used to like, but I'm going to close this account because it doesn't offer me all the benefits that I want anymore. This is the HSBC Regular Saver with a 2.75 interest yields, a minimum saving of £25 and a maximum saving of £250. A good account to have, but again, for my own benefit, is not gonna be good anymore. The best one, the number one. This is the First Direct Regular Saver with a 2.75 interest yields, a minimum saving of £25 and a maximum saving of £300. So a little bit less restrictive than the others, and really the best one in this category. Now, I like this one. Honestly, it's a good one to have. I don't know if I'm gonna open one like this one yet, but we'll see anyways in the future. So now you've saved enough points for your holiday, you've saved enough money for your holiday, and now you're in the Maldives. Chances are you probably are not using their currency, unless you have a residence there. I don't even know what their currency is. Let me look it up. Ooh, I'm not even typing. Currency in the Maldives. The Maldivian rupiah. Alright, they use the Maldivian rupiah, and honestly I don't even know how much that is worth in pounds, but one thing that I will always tell people to do is to never use your normal debit card or your normal credit card whenever you're abroad. Never do it, because you will be paying crazy fees. It's not even normal how big these fees can be, but you'll be paying bank fees, you'll be paying exchange rate fees, you'll be paying cash withdrawal fees, you'll be paying everybody and their mama fees. Honestly, it's not normal how much these fees can be, but don't use your credit card, don't use your normal debit card. If you know me, honestly, there is one thing that I really hate, and that's paying unnecessary fees, and that's one of those things that I think are very unnecessary. Instead, start looking at these digital banks like Monzo, like Starling Bank, like TransferWise, and my favorite one, for example, is Revolut. That's the one that I use. I like that one because they are very much, I would say, cheaper in a sense than the other ones, because they have exchange rates at the interbank exchange rate, so that's really the cheapest one that is out there. The other banks most of the time will use like a MasterCard exchange rates, or like some variable of that, like say an interbank exchange rate plus a certain fee or something, which is still cheaper than the normal bank fees, but they use like some variable of the interbank exchange rate. So these are accounts that are good to have when you travel, because it will make your trip so much cheaper without paying all these unnecessary fees. Now, I don't want to skew anyone to go towards one digital bank over another digital bank, because arguments can be made to be using one digital bank over another one in different situations. This is a conversation to have another time, but the bottom line right here that I really just wanted to say is to never use your normal debit card or your credit cards, but to be looking at those digital cards that offer very, very good deals when you start to travel. So those are all my essentials to make travel more possible. And when outside is opening up again, I'm definitely traveling. I hope you liked this video, and if you did, please drop me a like, because I would greatly appreciate it. Help me get to that 500 subscribers mark by subscribing to my channel, and if you did already before, please do share my video with whoever you think could benefit from this video. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of this video. Do you think I missed something? Is there any other hacks that I should know about? Listen, I'm here to learn anyway, so please do tell me in the comments down below. That was all for me. Thank you for watching. Kaitis out.